Comes NiP versus Dignitas, second map, and welcome to the show, everyone. So glad you wanted to tune in. Now let's see how the knife is going to end up.
And actually, just to think back to that nuke game, I actually think Dignitas would have been better off starting on the T side. Obviously, that's me being Captain Hindsight, but if you're going to get not a lot of rounds, better off doing that on the T side to start off.
Well, you know what? As a caster, this is like the greatest privilege we have, is like being, Captain Hindsight.
Oh yeah.
Like there's no easier way to sound smart as a caster than to say, like, someone walking into a bomb and say, oh, he should have looked the other way. It's like, yeah, stupid, he should have looked the other way. I mean,
definitely shouldn't have done that.
Sure, there's that. You always gotta try and keep that in consideration.
I mean, we're always guilty of that, but, we gotta do something, right?
Yeah, well, we do live, it's a double-edged sword. Whenever we make predictions and things doesn't go according to plan, we look like idiots.
I mean, we do that,
or can we just say that, we can make it sound cooler, Van? We can just say that we're walking the knife's edge.
Oh, yeah.
And there you go, we're on the edge.
Oh, so edgy.
Already, Freiburg gonna fall back. The game is live here. One grenade landing, doing damage. The second grenade from Get Right is devastating. Tags the whole team, and now Freiburg with a great double kill, and that's massive. That brings it back to a 3-on-3.
Good damage as well, but Exist getting insta-gibbed. There's Cajun B waking up. Good kill on him, and now this is going to be very tough if Barn has to walk in here, and he's facing two members as well, Fetish and Cajun B. They're just double stacking the Flowers area. Barn has to rush through, and Cajun B is going to get his third rather.
And no kit on Forest either.
Fantastic start for Dignitas here. Forest coming in. Fetish is going to go down. And now it's a 1-on-2. He hasn't time for this, Forest. You got to run here. And Cajun will find all 4 kills and take down almost all of NiP. Very well done for Dignitas. And that is the start that we were looking for. Now they have to survive the Angry Farmer shotgun that Get Right has.
He's got
this is... They definitely can't keep up the trend they had going versus Fnatic, and that's winning pistols and losing ecos, or anti-ecos. That's definitely not something they can do. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see them playing extremely passive and just waiting for NiP to make the first move.
Well, actually, we're seeing just that. Look at that. Look at this spread that they've got. They're all across the map right now, Dignitas. They're just waiting, hoping that NiP are going to rush in and give them some free frags. Give them an easy start in this round.
I think Device might be a bit too bold, at least for my taste, and I'm pretty sure Fetish would freak the hell out if Device actually died to an aggressive push from NiP, because he was all alone. There was no possibility of a trade there, so...
Get Right. He's up here with the shotgun. Device is going to push in and almost goes down. That was a lot of damage there, and the Max 7 from Freiburg is not enough, so they do actually push into the bomb site, and they get it done.
You know what was really cool about that is that they stacked both shotguns on B site. They double stacked them right there with Get Right boosted and Freiburg supporting. That was really sick from NiP, but it's not going to be good enough here in this round. If Lauren comes rushing in, he's going to get caught by Cajun B. We're having flashbacks to the last round, and now it's going to be just Forest with the Dig, but he's making a run for it, and it's a smart call on his part. 1v4, there's no hope of him winning this round. Better to hold on to the gear.
Forest executing chickens in that A bomb site, just in pure, frustration of the fact that they only got the 1 kill on Device here, and he's going to get caught. Too much focus on the chicken, too little focus on the Dane that's running up in the apartments, and now it's going to be the second round coming up here, or the third round, in fact, and NiP, they won't have money, so at least Dignitas have secured themselves, very likely at least, the first 3 rounds of this game.
And that's a great sign if you're Dignitas. They need a good start. And I wouldn't say they were slow on their T side versus Fnatic, but it's like you guys said, they definitely prefer playing on the CT side. So them if they can actually pick up the buy round, the first buy round coming up after this one, then we're looking at 5-0 for Dignitas potentially.
And that would be that start that Semler was talking about, that golden start like NiP had on Nuke. That's what they need here, and that 5th round would be really critical. Fetish going down, but otherwise it's looking pretty solid for Dignitas here. Exist very low on health, just a grenade or someone, brushing up against him, and he's pretty much going to die.
The bump. Dupree should find it here. And there he does. So, 3 rounds now, and this is the big one. The first hurdle here for Team Dignitas. They have to shut down the NiP buy round. And NiP, looking at the money, they aren't really skimping They're skimping on nades. They're really relying on the rifles. They're going straight M4s. Nobody with the FAMAS to get more nades. Nobody even going for a FAMAS to get a kit.
And this is something that's really surprising to me, especially coming up from a team like NiP, that they actually opt for head armor when they're going up against almost exclusively AKs, and that's something they're completely aware of as well, because head armor doesn't do anything for you versus an AK. Are
they really that worried about fetish?
Fetishes put the fear of God in them.
Exactly, man. The fear of the Danish.
Yeah. So that's a bit surprising for me. I would rather see them pick up or save the $300 on the head armor and rather get another nade.
You know what Fetish's greatest fear is? A cup of coffee.
What?
Because he's a Danish.
Oh, get it? Oh, wow. I think it just topped the occasion.
Oh, Forest goes down. Look at the entry here. Dupree and Cajun and Device each picking up a kill. Very, very nice entrance from the apartments. And here is the prophecy being fulfilled slowly. I mean, Freiburg can get right there left. Dignitas, they can get to 5 rounds really early on here. This is sick.
And now the big question is whether or not Dignitas wants to hunt for these 2 remaining weapons. Because that could definitely put a big dent to NiP, but then again, they don't have too much money to roll around with.
They really don't.
Wow.
Jinxed. But yeah, Freiburg. Freiburg is going to be the only man alive, and well, he's in a pretty decent spot to actually hold on to his gun here. They're all across the map, Dignitas, but nobody is near him, and so at least they will have this M4 to fall back on in the round to come. But that was the first hurdle there for Team Dignitas. They got over it, and now they have a real opportunity to get those 5 rounds that you were talking about, Ven.
Yeah. If this had been Nuke, I would probably say that Freiburg is going to do something crazy with that one call and basically eradicate Dignitas. Hopefully that's not going to happen for the sake of Dignitas and their mental sanity, but I guess that remains to be seen.
Yeah, he's going to push out. There's the first one. Device goes down. They can't really pick up the AK that he lost, but still it's a pretty good start for NiP here. And Exist in the middle going to take down the kill. So now we're back into 2-on-3 as Get Right does die. And Exist is going to die, so Dignitas, they realized Freiburg is all the way across the map. It's time to push for the A-bomb site. So pretty swift movement from Dignitas.
And they shouldn't be able to lose this round.
No, this should be impossible for them to lose, basically. 3 members alive. Cajun B is pretty far away. Fetish is going to walk into Freiburg and drop him down to 5 HP, and that pretty much seals it for Freiburg. He's like, nope, no, I did my job. I got 1 kill. I'm not going to be able to make it onto this site with 5 HP. So now it's going to be the big second hurdle here for Team Dignitas. 6 round rolls around, and NiP are going to be buying up. And now I think it's the pressure is starting to get on here for NiP. Now it's really starting to get time that they get on the board here and get around.
Yeah, they're about to be in the same situation that Dignitas found themselves on Nuke, really. Because at a certain point, you have to put a stop to the terrorist side assault. And
look at what their answer is. Auto Sniper and AWP. They're going for the
Inferno.
heavy artillery here. On Inferno of all maps, they go for this. So let's see if Dignitas can really deal with this. Right now, Cajun with 8-2 and 0. He hasn't died yet, and it's showing on the scoreboard. But actually, Civnix has even more with 12,000. Pretty impressive.
Well, Fifth is going to run right into Dupree, and that is a fantastic start for Fifth. Lauren manages to pick up the first kill here, get NiP off to a good start, get that man advantage, and that's certainly going to slow down the freight train now. Dignitas, they have to pace themselves here and see if they can find a return frag.
And have Dignitas figured out that Exist has an auto sniper yet?
Yes, he's not fired any bullets, I think, has he?
Oh, okay. No, it doesn't seem like I just saw that several Dignitas members were moving away from the A-bomb site, so maybe they would have caught scent of that auto sniper.
Firing again here. Going to run into Civnix, but this time he goes down. Forest is there, though. Easy pickings and gets another one. Device is going to go down. Forest a little bit too quick, and that's one of the really scary things about Forest as a player, is that he's one of the best riflers in the world, but he can just pick up an AK and he makes it look easy. Triple kill, and Forest shuts down Dignitas here in the 6th round. So that's about time they get on the board here for the second map.
And Freiburg, with all of his dirty money, is going to be able to drop for Fifth Lauren. They're going to be able to spread out, well, their economy somewhat here, but that is a fantastic hold from NiP. 3 members lived through that. 2 of them with those expensive rifles as well. So Team Dignitas are still going to have to worry about the Scar 20. They're still going to have to worry about that AWP. That's not something they want to have to be dealing with here in this follow-up round, because now is a big opportunity to kind of put a stop to NiP early on here. and just shut them down again and continue the freight train, just keeps rolling.
They're still in scary territory though, because both teams are really. Whoever loses this round are most likely gonna have to eco.
Sick grenade coming out. Fiflaren gets the one get right with the double spray down, and he takes a third one with him because he's get right. He peeks up and there's the quad kill. Completely mind bending. This is what get right's all about. He's just one of the few players in the world that can really do that. What you just saw, what you just witnessed, that doesn't come easy. Oh my god, that was sick.
There's a reason why a lot of people have him as the best CS player in the world. And for good reason.
Oh, wow.
The molly down, and look at this. Forest is pushing out to the bottom of it. They're really putting the pressure on Dignitas. The bomb has been dropped down at the bottom. And Fiflaren with the follow-up nade could do some pretty big damage.
Yeah, and over here, Freiburg is sort of down on Banana, seeing if he can squeeze them from the other side. It's going to be back to a 4-on-4. Some good damage has been done to Dignitas already. Freiburg is going to go down after the one kill. But are they going to suspect Get Right up here? That's the thing.
What they have to be worried about is them picking up guns. Now there's 2 AKs on Dignitas. Dupree, I'm sure, would love to pick up that not the AWP, but the rifle that Freiburg dropped. So now it's going to have to come down to whether NiP can control these spots on the map. Fiflaren is pushed up to the top of quad as well. They're all over the place right now. Fiflaren now getting this read. He's going to look down to the bottom of the second mid, and he could run right into Sipnix right here. He needs to win this fight, and he does. Fiflaren lives,
wow.
And there's NiP once again with that man advantage.
That should have probably been Sipnix getting that frag, shouldn't it?
Yeah, probably, and I think that more or less shuts down any hope Dignitas had of winning this round. Well, especially now with Garrett picking up that frag onto device. Yeah. This is going to be so hard.
Though, if Fiflaren gets caught here. But Dupree, the timing.
Wow. And the headshot as well. Fiflaren is, he's just playing really well. He has been all evening, but his aim is really just solid. You can tell that he's got some confidence back somehow here. 5-3, and it's the 9th round that's coming up. And Dignitas, no bomb plant, no money at all. So now NiP, they're sort of crawling back into the game.
Still, Dignitas find themselves in this similar situation to what Fnatic found themselves in versus Dignitas in the semifinals, and that's. They don't really have to stress about anything at all. They're still in a really good spot. They got 5 early rounds, so they can take their time to actually eco and muster up a pretty decent economy before they start buying up again.
Yeah, that's the big thing. At this point, there's no reason to rush it, and they're showing that now. They're just going to kind of run right into quad. They managed to pick up a couple kills. In fact, Dupree and Cajun B both getting one. Get right into the scene now from Arch, manages to find the flank, and Cajun B now, he's picked up his AK. He gets Exist as well. 3 kills now for Dignitas, potentially a 4th, but Get Right lives unscathed. That was still a very nice round there from Dignitas. No plant, but 3 kills makes NiP spend some money. And any little thing counts here for Dignitas.
It does. You're right, because 5 rounds is already pretty good. Like Vendetta was saying, they're still feeling pretty comfortable. And if they can just force NiP to constantly buy stuff so that they can eventually sort of run out of money, then Dignitas is still doing a pretty fine job indeed. Fiflaren aggressive up here with just a rifle, and Dupree is going to go down. Oh, you can see Fiflaren. He wants a second peek, but Fetish, while he's sort of thinking about it, Fetish is going to interrupt him.
Yeah, and this is still just Fiflaren kind of cutting loose. That's good to see. Exist waiting up in apartments, and Sipnix dancing right at the entrance. Is Sipnix going to wipe his feet first, and will Exist, get the punish? It's not going to happen. They decide to back off. They've got the bomb at Banana right now, and it seems like Dignitas, they want to shape this up for a B play. They've got 3 smokes, plenty of flashes as well, and Device even setting up for a bit of the fake. He's got the smoke that's going to go over to quad.
Yeah, he does have that, so it's going to land all the way over here. Actually, all the way towards Library, in fact. So let's see. Get Right in the corner. Are they going to check? They will, but Fetish goes down. Get Right still gets the spray down, and now Freiburg over here. One of the absolute best players in the world are defending this B-bomb site. Not going to be easy for them to just get in here. Device coming in, and Freiburg takes the 1 kill, and Get Right with the other one. Triple for him again. 5-5, and Get Right now catching up to Cajun and Dupree in terms of frags.
And if you ever looked for how big of an impact Get Right has on this NiP team, at 0-5 in favor of Dignitas, Get Right had yet to find a frag.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's on 10, and NiP all of a sudden have 5 rounds.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, his kinds of plays really do make a difference. There's no doubt about that. There's no contesting it. And NiP kind of live or die based on his performance and well, Forrest, Freiberg. If one of those guys, if one of those key players isn't in the mix, it's really tough for them, and you see that have an effect. But Dignitas, this is the thing. We have to just put the emphasis on the fact that they're still in a very good spot here. NiP are running it back. They've taken 5 rounds in a row now, just like Team Dignitas have. But Dignitas are on the T side of Inferno, so they still have plenty of room to work with.
Yeah, and Dignitas are setting up for smokes towards the A bomb site, but I'm a bit curious about what Fetish is doing towards B. If he just wants to basically hold Get Right and Freiberg on the B bomb site or not.
He's been there for a couple of rounds already. But look at the damage being done to Dignitas. 2 grenades is still the damage that they've suffered so far, so that's really impressive. Molotov comes out trying to deny them. Look at that. Dignitas, they wanted to run through Archway, but Exist, he sees it coming. Very intelligent play. And now he's going to call on Freiberg to help him out. So now that they finally do make it through, Exist, or Freiberg spots them, and Exist is going to be walking in here with the auto sniper. But already Dignitas doing damage here. Another kill. Device turns around and doesn't get the double.
Yeah, there's Exist, but this is still damage done to the men holding on A site proper. This is a man advantage now for Team Dignitas, and the plant to boot. Get Right rolling in. However, he's got a bit of an opportunity here. Fetish just waiting in Boiler, just hoping, listening for Get Right to go past. Get Right sees nobody. He's going to turn his back, and that's the perfect timing for Fetish to take the peek.
And now Sipnix does go down, but Exist is going to run away with this auto sniper, no problem. And they do have plenty of money on NiP's side, but still there's no reason to give up such an expensive rifle when he can't really win the round anyway. Dignitas, they win the round, they survive with only 2 members. And now it's still a 6th round for them. NiP, they got to be careful. They are giving up a lot of rounds here.
They are, and it's weird saying this, but even though 6 rounds is great or pretty good, coming in from the T side on Inferno, I still think that Dignitas need more rounds, really. They do have a strong CT side, but NiP are NiP. I feel like I'd like to see Dignitas actually win the half in order for me to feel good about their chances going into the second half.
Device pushing up. He's going to get down by Freiberg and Cajun with a grenade in here coming next in line, but he gets the 1 headshot there. Exists still alive with the auto sniper back here, and they do challenge. And the grenade, and the timing. If they'd just thrown that grenade beforehand, I think Cajun, he would have survived that.
Yeah, he probably would have, but now this is forced to rotation. Get Right is now on this B site. The bomb is waiting right at the top of Banana as well. Smoke has been missed, however, so that's CT open, and that may actually turn Team Dignitas away. That's unfortunate for them, seeing as how that was their only smoke going into this as well. Fetish down to 22 HP, can't really afford to take a firefight, especially not with Get Right.
50 seconds. They do need the kill on Get Right. That's instrumental at this point. And he's got still actually a Molotov and an HG. Molotov comes out, and Fetish, you're going to burn to death. He just makes it out, and Get Right is going to take him down. Next in line is Sipnix waiting in the back there, and he will drop Get Right, but it is way too late.
They might get the bomb plant here, though, and that's a big deal for Dignitas.
Yeah, you're right, it is. Sipnix 4 HP. Fiflaren has a grenade. If he guesses the right angle, but actually Sipnix is going to go to somewhere that's a little bit safer.
Somewhat.
Didn't foresee him?
No, I don't think he did. So Sipnix walking around. Bomb already attempted to be defused here for Flaren. He is on it, and it's going to be it. Sipnix, he can't stop it. I mean, there's not much you can really do in that position unless you get like an instant headshot and make it 1-on-1. It's almost impossible. So 6-6, and NiP winning the round.
Well, and Exist not messing around. He goes right back up to the Scar 20 again. So he's really making this an integral part of NiP's defense. He just wants to rely on this sniper rifle, and he switched it up. Usually we see him go straight to quad with it, but last round he held B. So where is he going to be next? And that's it. Second mid. He's going for a bit of a Kenny S play.
Yeah, Sipnix was down there putting some shots through, though. Over at the B-bomb site, looked like it was going to be a pretty fast push. And actually, Cajun is in that corner. Did Freiberg see him? Because he could easily be grenaded down. Yes. Oh, no. He puts it down in front of him. Now, Get Right with a good spray down. Freiberg going to take down one. And doesn't get Sipnix. And the auto sniper here. That is a frightening sound. So they're not going to try and make the crossover. The bomb goes down, and it's back to a 2-on-3 here.
Good nades from Force and Exist, however, 12% HP on Sipnix as well. He's just waiting around this angle. Fiflaren will find the shot, leaves him alive with 3 points of health, so not a whole lot to work with here. But this is still a 1v3, and the smoke has blocked off Cajun B. He can't make this happen. He's backing off. He's going to hold on to his AK.
Yeah.
And this might seem like a really silly thing to do or what Dignitas have done the last 2 rounds, which is basically just giving up the bomb and giving up the round to NiP and saving their weapons. But I really like this decision coming out from them. It's really, I guess, long-term. It's a long-term way to look at the game, and I definitely like that coming out from them.
Well, let's see if it's going to pay off or not. We're in the 14th round here, so they're going to think about that last round. Cajun with the AK already very low, and there's Freiburg with a double takedown. Device next in line here, already taking a grenade right to the face, and there's going to be more to follow. Device, no luck at all. Freiburg with a great triple here, and it's going to be Sipnix left alive. The only guy here, and Freiburg, he wants a little bit more.
Sip, he's looking for those deagle shots. He's coming really close. Everybody low in banana. If Florin walks right in, gets another frag. Double kill for him, in fact, this round. So good work there from Fifth. But now we go into the 15th round. That crucial round now. NiP, they want 9-6. Dignitas, they clearly want 7. They're going to have money to get into it as well. Fetish actually going glass cannon. And it's surprising to see. Well, actually, Device didn't have enough money to go for it. I would expect Device to go for the AWP here, but Device, not enough money to really go up for it. So it's going to be Fetish picking up that sniper rifle.
Yeah, and I think they do this because of how often Exist has been in the middle, just trying to bang down that angle. And actually, this time he isn't, so it kind of doesn't work out that way. That's a little bit unfortunate. But what do you think? I mean, Ven, is 9-6 going to be enough for Dignitas here?
I don't think so. I think they should get 7 rounds at the very least, or they can't get more than 7 rounds in the first half. So I think 7 is definitely what they need to go into the second half with.
Oh, Forrest getting caught off guard here. Sipnix with a great pick around the corner. Fiflaren is going to almost spray down too. But again, it's not enough. Fetish and Dupree very nearly dead, but the bomb is going to go down here, and it's a 2-on-4. So really strong push from Dignitas so far. Well played.
I bet Exist is wishing for his M4 right now. This Scar 20 isn't going to be the most useful gun. Especially when everybody's so low. Fetish low. Fetish with a headshot on Freiburg. Now it is down to Exist. Point blank with a Scar 20. He can't do it. Device will spray him down. 8-7 the final score here. Dignitas getting a terrific number of rounds, in fact, on the T side of Inferno, especially versus NiP. But now it's NiP's time to shine on T side of Inferno. We get to see what they're capable of. And Team Dignitas, a bit of the CT specialists. Are they going to be able to hold them off? This pistol round, right? Again, this pistol round always in that second half is so important. Both teams need it.
How it's going to go. NiP, quick up banana. Fetish down here. He spots them. He's going to fall back. He realizes what's up, but he takes a shot to the back of the head before he gets out. 2 HP for him. Sipnix inside, also being overrun. They're not checking the corner, and they're going to get some great kills in here. Sipnix already with a double. He's looking for just one more kill, and Dupree's helping out as well. Finally, they drop him, but it might be too late. Get right and Exist, trying to put the bomb down, but it won't happen. Dupree takes a triple kill, takes no damage for it. And it is Dignitas winning the round. We could be seeing a third map right here.
It's definitely a possibility right now. All Dignitas needs to do now is pick up the 2 anti-eco rounds without losing too many weapons, and they're in a great spot. We're talking 10 rounds, and at that point you only need 6 more rounds to actually close the map out on the CT half. That's definitely doable, even if NiP are on the other side.
Oh man. They have brought up on NiP's side, so no bomb plant. They do go for the armor and the P250s, the dreaded P250s, and then the 1 Deagle on Forest, because he's got to be a little bit different, hasn't he?
This is already a difference between both of these teams. NiP, you know, we saw Dignitas go for an early buy. They really attempted to throw NiP off their game, and it worked. Or am I thinking of something else? No, I'm thinking of Nuke, and it didn't work. But still, Team Dignitas, you know, they're willing to go for buys like that. NiP are just going for the flat-out eco armor.
Yeah. So far, they got the 1 kill in here on Device. That's not enough. They do need more than that. And there's Exist taking down Cajun. They picked up 1 rifle as well, and he's waiting here. Fetish is going to go down. And now it's spiraling way out of control here. Back to a 2-on-2. And inside this bomb site, Dupree, he's a good person to have in this position because he has to save this for his team. But Get Right is Get Right, and he takes a triple kill. I mean, this is unforgivable. They just cannot give this away. They win the pistol round. They can't give up the second round. That'll be devastating to Dignitas' confidence here. 1-on-2. The bomb is down. Sipnix doesn't have a kit picked up. Can he even find one? I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I think he has to find a Colt and basically save.
Yeah, there's no hope.
Oh,
and that's
God.
That's a tough pill to swallow.
Oh,
Holy
God.
hell.
So he walks away. No Colt either, just the FAMAS. That is Get Right getting a triple kill and putting Dignitas in a very uncomfortable situation. I mean, round-wise, it's still looking really good for Dignitas, but mentally, I mean, it's hard to imagine what that does to you, doesn't it?
Mentally and economically. Because, well, Dignitas have just been blasted back to the Stone Ages right now.
Yeah, that was an eco win from NiP. So the trend continues throughout the night. But now, you know, that's the thing. We have, once again, NiP just barreling through. They hold on to 2 guns as well. That's going to be very good equipment across the board. And Exist already starting off strong. Picks off Sipnix, who is peeking at the top of Banana.
Yeah, and over at the apartments here, I think Forrest spotted Dupree in the bedroom. Certainly looks like he did. Yep, grenades have followed Dupree. Oh, no. A lot of damage done there, and Forrest just leaping into the bedroom, taking him out. It's going to be down to Cajun Device.
Get Right, very quick reactions from him. Finds the headshot on Cajun. Freiberg will finish off Device. And a very quick anti-eco round coming in for NiP Gaming. They're just able to roll right in. And what's worse is that it's a double eco situation for Team Dignitas. So not only are they giving up rounds that they can ill afford to give to NiP, they're giving them an economy as well. If NiP get in with as solid a round right here as the last one, if they keep like 4 people alive, their money is going to be fantastic when Team Dignitas are finally able to buy again.
Oh, man, this is looking so good, isn't it? 10-8, 19 rounds in NiP. They've already won on Nuke, and if they take this map, then that's it. They're going to win the finals here of the eSportsventure Case King.de tournament, and that's gonna, well, yeah, in 2-0 fashion. We won't be seeing a third map if it's NiP winning here, which we'd really like to do. There's Exist going down. Sipnix does drop him. It's now 4-on-3, so pretty good job from Dignitas in this round.
Yeah, pretty good job from Sipnix. That's very well done there. Get Right will rush down Device, and this is going to give them access to the A side unless Cajun V has something to say about it. The Deagle shots, he misses though. Until then, gets one and he runs out of bullets. He was so close to picking off Iflaren.
Yeah, now 1-on-2 here for the Swedish player. We're already easy positioned. They're coming around from both sides. The grenade is not going to help him, and he is going to go down. So Dignitas now winning an eco round of their own and bringing it back to 10-9. Does that make up for the one they lost earlier, then?
Not really, because NiP did get a bomb plant, and seeing how they retain weapons, they can still buy. So Dignitas are not going to get anything free out of this, which is what NiP did get from Dignitas. But obviously it helps. You're closing the round differential, and you just want to get back on your feet as quickly as possible. You don't want to let NiP get any sort of momentum at this point.
10-9. Dignitas looking for one more round to equalize, and then they just need to win the game. And then maybe, or at least the map here, then maybe they can come back on Dust 2 and make it happen. There's Forrest winning the duel against Device in the middle, which looked weird, because Device looked like he had time to shoot then.
Yeah, just a moment's hiccup, that's the thing. And then when you're talking about these two teams, these kinds of players, you don't give... It's coming down to a fraction of a second, especially in the off. So there's NiP with the entry, and now Team Dignitas in such a crucial round as well. They're going to be really stuck here. They have to really play this so safe, being down a man.
Dupree looking in towards the boiler room, not going to spot anyone because Get Right is, well, he's right here. And he does often play that boiler room position. It's going to be down to timing here. 45 seconds. NiP, where are they going to go with all of this? They keep smoking up the middle, and Dignitas putting some grenades through. Now the jump-in happens, and they walk right into a crossfire. Well orchestrated here by Dignitas.
Dupree.
Just great shots from him. Holy hell.
That was a crazy good round from Dupree, and Cajun closes it out. Yeah, that was just a superb hold from Dupree. Who was it with them in mid? Was it Cajun? I think it might have been. Cajun and Dupree single-handedly shutting down the NiP there. That was just really, really good. That's exactly what they needed as well.
NiP running through smoke. I mean, sure, they jumped
Yeah.
through smoke. They didn't run through it, but they jumped through it. And, man, that feels so brutal. Like, it's such a coin toss.
Double grenade. Device taking down Existence. We found a little bit of a jackpot there. Cajun going to drop Freiburg, and we're back into a 1-on-5 here with Get Right. It is an eco run coming out from NiP, and that's going to give Dignitas some momentum here. The money is really starting to build up for the CT side. 10,000 on 2 of their players here, and it's not looking bad for the rest either. And now NiP, I mean, they really don't have a lot of money. They're not getting into the bomb sites either. It looks like Dignitas have refound that
Quad
CT
molly.
side form.
Quad molly, though. This has got to be something big here. This has got to be that B play. The Ring of Fire on B.
Either that or if Lauren has taken Anders' advice to heart, they're just going to quad molly the new corner and arch.
But
He's
Fiflar
the one
doesn't
who-
have a smoke.
He's the one who doesn't, yeah.
Or, no molly, I mean. He has a smoke. He doesn't have a molly. But they
Flash.
have full smokes and mollies across the board, and they're getting control of Banana. The real focus here for NiP. Dude, I believe this is going to happen. It's going to be the Ring of Fire.
Well, we're certainly ready for it. They still have 3 of those Molotovs. They only used 1 of them, and you are right indeed. Get Right. It's going to be setting up here. And who do we have? Anyone else? Yep. So double Molotov over this wall right here.
And the flash is going in as well. This could be perfect. Are we going to get a roast? There's a man waiting right there, but Sipnix doesn't take nearly enough damage.
Well, he actually, they don't hit his position. He's still here, and this is great job from Sipnix. Double kill already. He nearly gets a triple. He does go down, but Fetish is there to clean it up, and Get Right is going to fall. Dignitas dealing with NiP just fine. And the point of that play right there is that one Molotov is supposed to land kind of around here, the other one right around here. Sometimes if you want to go to a third one, you can even put it behind new boxes here. But then you don't have to worry about this whole arc right here. You can just run in and look anywhere but there, basically. So NiP, the right idea, but not the right execution.
Yeah, I think they actually missed one of the Molotovs that was supposed to go towards oranges.
Yeah,
and that led Sipnix to basically have enough room to get a kill, back off, and rinse repeat.
That's exactly what happened. I think the molly that was supposed to go into oranges went into the fountain. Because you saw this useless Molotov in the fountain, and you're like, okay, that's not making sense. Sipnix, him being able to stay alive in oranges makes that round.
Yeah.
So that was a mistake.
Expensive
I mean,
blunder.
that's a mistake from NiP.
Yeah, expensive blunder from NiP.
Because
But those things happen.
But you know that they do that round. They save that play for a situation like that, where they're like, okay, we need to get, we just need to put a stop to this. We need to get around right now. We bring it back to 11-11. Let's go for this.
Yeah.
Let's go for the molly play on B. It works so well. If you execute it, it's so tough to hold off as CT, especially if you have a man holding in oranges like that. I mean, we've seen people just burn to death flat out with good flashes and mollies, and NiP, they mess up a molly, and you see the result.
13-10. I mean, this is looking so good for Dignitas. We're talking about now 5 rounds in a row for them. NiP aren't really getting much done at this point in the game, and we could be seeing Dust 2 here as a final and deciding map. That would be really satisfying, wouldn't it? Device really quick up in the apartments here. Get Right going to walk in. Device misses the shot. Are they going to chase him? No, they won't. They're not feeling confident in doing that. Do you think they should have chased that in, or would it have been too much of a risk?
At this point, I think it's too big of a risk. Just rather play it safe and go with what you've prepared, I guess. I think that's the better way to go about it.
Have we seen a single smoke round out of NiP yet towards A? I don't think so.
Yeah, only the one weird round where they kept smoking off mid and then basically just jumped through it.
Yeah.
Cajun, great headshot, double kill for him now, jumping down into the pit where his teammate has died, and Freiburg is going to slay another Dignitas member here now, 2-on-3. Freiburg with a massive triple kill, and Exist also coming in with a good headshot on Device, and now it is Sipnix. 1-on-3 here, so this potentially a critical round here for NiP. Going to maybe bring them back on their feet.
Absolutely a critical round. There's no getting around it. Piflaren's still alive with quite a bit of HP in the pit, though, and this is a really tough situation for Sipnix to fish him out of here with Freiburg holding at the one position. If Sipnix goes up into Graveyard, Freiburg backs off now, but if Sipnix goes up into Graveyard to try and root Piflaren out, Freiburg is there to put a stop to that if he holds that angle, but now Freiburg is going up into the apartments. Sipnix has room to work with.
Freiburg just running away. Flaren going to go down. Sipnix, no time. He gets the kill, but it doesn't even matter. Freiburg is going to make it out alive, and Sipnix actually will survive in the corner as well, so I guess that's something. But it's the round for NiP nonetheless.
And you did put out the wanted poster, Sam, for smoke tactic from NiP, and they did pull it up right there with the smokes for apps, and that's kind of what led to the entrance for them to the bomb site.
The Ring of Fire again, though. Look at this. Forward mollies again. It's identical to 2 rounds ago.
And now they only have to hit their mollies. That's the big thing right now.
What's the saying? If at first you don't succeed, just, you know, try again.
Try again, yeah.
Good grenade. That was heavy.
Oh, that's such a sick nade. You gotta love changing it up as well. Like, that nade from backside is so brutal because it lands at the bottom of Banana. So when a terrorist team is playing passive, they're waiting for the nades to go down at the top of Banana. That one nade is like designed to mess up their days.
Okay, so look, here's the thing. This time when NiP go for the play, Sipnix isn't in that position anymore, so they're not going to catch him, but they can still do pretty well because they don't have to check that corner, but they're not going to burn anyone to death here, and that is a big difference. And actually, Dignitas have the counter Molotovs up here. Just fire everywhere in this bomb site. Truly is Inferno, this map, isn't it? Fetish in the back here, taking down Exist, and now he's looking for more. Gets a double kill, makes it a triple. Massive play here from the Danish in-game leader, even shooting some of his own troops there, and he ends up with a quad. What a round from Fetish. That was very well done.
It definitely was, and this time around we saw the nade execution from NiP being on point, but I'm not really sure what the follow-up to that was, because it only seemed like Freiberg was the one really committing to actually getting onto site, and he was more or less left alone for the better part.
I know what happened. I know what happened. This time,
anyway. Either way, there were so many nades and smokes all over the place.
What they did is they got the smokes down or the grenades down just right, and then they high-fived because they were so happy and they forgot all about pushing into the bomb site. Like, yeah, we did it.
Yeah, but like Dignitas, they like, it seems like they purposefully smoked up everything just to make it like impossible for NiP to get in there, because Fetish in yellow, he had it down. As soon as they make it out of the smoke, he got like 3 kills, just freebies basically.
Yeah, he did. Exist and Fiflaren left here. Good apartment play coming out here from Dignitas, and Dupree gonna walk in. Fiflaren does take him down, and it's back to a 2-on-3. This is absolutely critical. We're nearing the end of this game potentially with Dignitas on 14 rounds, and they are looking to take the 15th and make it to the map point, and then push us on to Dust 2. Cajun waiting right here. Good angle. Fiflaren goes down, and it's on Existent. How much money? They won't have any money. NiP are going to be plain broke for the upcoming round if they lose this one, and they will. Cajun with the triple, and they have, what, 2,600 is the most on Get Right. So this is it. We're going to see the 3rd map. My God. This is too good to be true.
That's a real thing of beauty, isn't it?
It's crazy. And talk about seeing a different side of Dignitas from what we saw in Nuke. This is just 2 different worlds apart. I mean, oof.
Well, I'm wondering if that didn't make the difference. If, you know, you said this at the beginning, where it's like you would want to see Dignitas actually start on the T side. I'm wondering if that didn't change everything up here, because their CT side, they're warmed up now, and they really seem like they figured out NiP throughout these rounds.
Well, in the bomb site here, Get Right, the only one left, and he is going to fall just then. Actually, Device coming with him with the knife out. He wants it, but Get Right shuts him down. Dignitas, they're celebrating. Maybe a little bit early because there's a whole other map to play, but I can understand why they're excited. After that complete destruction on Nuke, now they resurrect themselves on Inferno, and we are going to go to a 3rd map. Sipnix with the final kill, 16-11 victory for Team Dignitas. Man, that's